we love to hate these pretentious, self-obsessed jerks.
Everything that needs to be covered is covered when, covering is appropriate.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 obnoxious live-action TV characters.
I hate that guy.
For this list, we're looking at the television characters that we can't help but hate for their inflated egos and cringe-inducing behavior. We've eliminated news, talk show and late-night hosts, reality personalities, and characters we've deemed psychopaths. So King Joffrey and Walter White won't be appearing on this list. We'll let you decide which categories they fall into.
Welcome to hell.
Number 10. Jean-Ralphio Saperstein, Parks and Recreation.
And that's just for starters. I will work for you. I will be on you 24/7. I'll be like your family. I'm here when you get here in the morning. Sure enough, I'll be there tucking you into bed at night. Don't worry, it's not gay. Do we have questions?
Think of a man in his late 20s who behaves like a 13-year-old boy, is completely delusional, and never stops talking. You're probably thinking of someone like Jean-Ralphio. This man-child torments our favorite Parks and Rec characters with his insufferable antics and inane approach to social interactions.
You want to come home with me?
Don't you work at Lady Foot Locker?
He incessantly hits on everything with a pulse, assigns ridiculously childish nicknames to people, obsesses over his image. And this may be the worst part, he lives on his daddy's money, or the money from the people he sues.
I made my money the old-fashioned way. I got run over by a Lexus.
One redeeming quality, though, is that he regularly sings about his mundane life. And it is hilarious!
I feel good about this. And you know you can hit me up on Facebook anytime, day or night. You know that, right?
Take care, buddy.
Boom.
So what do you think of your new assistant?
I want to punch you in the face so bad right now.
Number 9. Dr. Perry Cox, Scrubs.
Laverne, would you go ahead and thank what's-his-name for me?
Jesus.
That's him.
Let's go.
Sit down and listen up, newbie. The world's most sarcastic doctor is here to simultaneously save your life and ruin it in the same breath.
Eisenhower was a sissy.
Dr. Cox is an undeniably brilliant doctor who truly cares about both his patients and his unwanted protege, JD. But he's also a grade-A jerk.
Have a terrific day.
Arguably the most sarcastic man on television, he brutally berates his interns with overly enunciated, colorful insults and metaphors. Fans of the show love his long, rage-filled rants, complete with downright mean metaphors, comparisons, and his creative use of the English language.
You must have a metaphor you want to use. Hit me with it.
I suppose I could riff a list of things that I care as little about as our last week together. Let me see.
We're just happy we're not on the receiving end of any of them.
The Republican National Convention.
Number 8. Newman, Seinfeld. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry's sworn enemy and Kramer's occasional partner in crime, this chubby schemer has it out for everybody. Even the way Newman speaks is obnoxious.
As a federal employee, I believe the law is all we have. It's all that separates us from the savages who don't deserve even the privilege of the Daily Mail.
He's mastered a sinister tone for the emphatic delivery of the insults and accusations he carefully crafts and dishes out. This, of course, opposes the reality of his life. He's really just a lowly postal worker, and is so rotund he usually exhausts himself before he reaches the end of his rants.
Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out, but the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse. All right.
Newman is definitely a man worth avoiding. Thankfully, though, a Drake's coffee cake will send him packing. Number 7. Rodney Ruxin, The League.
You're from Baltimore, huh?
Yep.
You watch The Wire?
No.
Show's brutal. You should check it out on Blu-ray.
We have no idea how this neurotic, selfish, fantasy football-obsessed lawyer ever scored his beautiful wife, seeing as how he has no sense of right and wrong and takes that as permission to do horrible things.
I like you.
Yeah, I like you too. Hey, let's go kiss in front of some other people, okay?
Ruxin's emasculating put-downs are equally dispersed among his fellow league opponents, leaving each of them stunned at his complete disregard for decency. Ruxin is squirmy, and kids are justifiably scared of him. Their parents should be too. To him, winning is everything.
Andre, I am going to savage you this week. I am going to take each one of your pre-existing holes and fill it.
If the Shiva is at stake, the trophy awarded to the winner of the league, we're not sure there's a limit to what he'd do. His soul is forever unclean.
How much was your postage?
She didn't cost anything. She totally came here on her own.
Oh, congratulations.
Number 6, Larry David. Curb your enthusiasm.
Okay, well, do you have any idea how you may have gotten this rash?
You know, the only thing I can think of is I've been seeing this 9-year-old girl, and she kind of has a rash on her pussy.
George Costanza is one of television's most delightfully selfish jerks. But the man who inspired and co-created the character is even more of a curmudgeon, if you can believe it.
Are you my Caucasian?
I'm your man.
Are you my Caucasian?
I'm your Caucasian.
All right, all right.
Basically, Larry is what Costanza would be with the added bitterness of old age, as he finds a problem with everything and is incapable of biting his tongue, blurting out whatever's on his mind. This leads Larry into horribly uncomfortable situations and ensures that pretty much nobody wants to be around him.
Are you insane?
Audiences, however, love his obnoxious persona because he points out all the problems with life that the rest of us are just too nice to complain about. This makes him the definition of a character we love to hate.
Another.
Call the police.
Number 5, Ari Gold. Entourage.
He asked you to send me up. Did you tell him that you don't send me anywhere? Did you tell him that no one sends me anywhere in this f***ing agency? Did you tell him that I send myself where I want?
There's a certain ruthlessness one must have if one hopes to reach the upper echelons of Hollywood. In Ari's case, he definitely has the ruthlessness, but with an added dab of insanity. He is the king of verbal smackdowns, designing well-crafted and extremely offensive rants, which range from racist to homophobic, mostly directed at his faithful assistant, Lloyd.
Swear to me that you will never again say anything offensive to me about my race or my sexual orientation.
I can't swear to that, but I promise I will always apologize after.
However, nobody is safe from his rage. Ari fires people at will and regularly neglects his family. So, while the rest of the Entourage crew could probably stake a claim for this list, Ari clearly rises above, or rather sinks below them.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah, Ari.
Just so you know, your girlfriend, when she was in the mailroom, she offered to blow me. True story.
Number 4, Dennis Reynolds. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I have contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me!
From the very first episode of this FX show, Dennis is proven to be a complete and utter narcissist. He openly admits he cares for no one but himself, is obsessed with status, and holds no convictions, instead choosing whatever best serves his interests. Probably the smartest of the Patty's gang, which isn't saying much, he believes he's better than his friends and constantly reminds them of it.
Yeah, Dennis, it's sort of like the jean shorts, you know, where you feel—
Look at me when you're talking to me!
Worst of all, Dennis prides himself on his manipulation skills, particularly towards women.
How did you not know that the reason I invited you back to my bar was to bang you?
He walks a tightrope between asshole and sociopath, usually leaning towards the latter. But you don't have to take our word for it. Just consult the Dennis system.
Which brings me to the second N. Neglect emotionally. Stop taking her phone calls. Cancel all your plans.
Number 3, Schmidt, new girl.
I need some water, so can you move?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, honey. Just, slide me like a curtain, okay?
Differing from the rest of our list, Schmidt is a lovable and charming guy who's a good friend to the people he cares about. But despite his redeeming qualities, he's still a big-time douche.
I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but I always thought that I was going to be the man to bone Cece for the rest of her life.
Schmidt is obsessed with his image and status, and he reminds you of that with every word he speaks. His interests include his driving moccasins, cardigans, Kanye West, kimonos, liberal tweets, lap dance pants, and his own penis, among other things, all of which make us cringe and laugh at the same time.
Everything seems to turn you on.
Oh, look, Cece, a bird. Ow. Ah, damn it.
Schmidt, it's a mother bird in her nest.
Thankfully, Schmidt's roommates keep his personality in check by making him pay money to the designated douchebag jar. Needless to say, he's lost a lot of money.
Nick, I came up with the best name for an uncircumcised penis. Bishop in a turtleneck.
Yeah, jar.
Number 2, Pete Campbell, Mad Men.
Manny wouldn't hurt a fly. Even if he thought it was rich!
There's no room for loyalty on Madison Avenue, but Pete sends this notion to new heights. He takes his ruthlessness beyond the corporate world and treats even those he's meant to truly care for horribly. He cheats on his soon-to-be wife at his bachelor party and outs Dawn as a fraud.
I know that your name is not Donald Draper. It's Dick Whitman.
Traitor status aside, he's also just downright scummy. Pete is particularly horrible to women, disrespecting and degrading them. And the way he talks to his colleagues at work would turn anyone off of the corporate world.
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Well, you're in the city now. Wouldn't be a sin for us to see your legs.
There are plenty of obnoxious Sterling Cooper employees to choose from, including Duck Phillips. But Pete is truly the cream of the jerk crop.
You haven't thought this through.
I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you won't be working here anymore.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
I don't know what you mean by not West a want. West a want.
See? Total crap. You suck, Suey.
You, Don.
Please don't.
No, you know what? You're fired.
No, you're all fired. Each and every one of you. Merry Christmas.
What about you, weird kid? Don't take this the wrong way or anything, but you look like a panty sniffer.
I'm not a panty sniffer.
Number 1, Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down.
What's up? Is gay-ass yoga on the curriculum now?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That bitch just fell.
What can we say about Kenny Powers? This ex-professional baseball player turned gym teacher once tasted power and celebrity, and the world will never stop hearing about it.
Tampa sent their finest man to my home to personally sign me for next season. I'm back on top.
His unbelievably inflated ego leads him to believe he's far better than every person he comes into contact with. And his complete lack of self-awareness or understanding of decency basically all but guarantees that the worst thing that can come out of his mouth will come out of his mouth.
In the computer room, little second drawer where I keep my weed, underneath the handgun, there's a stack of porn that'll put calluses on those little hands of yours.
Whether it's sports or sex, he finds a way to ruin it for the rest of us. Worse yet, this man never redeems himself. The worst of humanity shines through Kenny Powers.
I guess we know who is Goose.
Oh my God.
Shane is Goose. Because in that motion picture, Goose dies, so Shane is dead, so he would be Goose.
Do you agree with our list?
Damn!
Who do you think is the most obnoxious live-action TV character?
What happened to you?
What?
You didn't used to be like this, Schmidt.
What are you talking about?
You've gotten so much worse.
It's on and poppin'.
For more hilarious top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Okay.